Recently, I stole a winning product and made over $100,000 in just 30 days. I will refresh the page so you can see that these numbers all are real. They're not that much, to be honest. But as you can see here, all are complete, real and legit. I actually pulled the same stunt last year. And again, you can see here, different market, different products, but still made over 100,000 euros in a different products. Again, I will refresh the page so you can see that these numbers all are legit as well. And what I'm about to show you is how you can do this. You only really need to learn 2 skills in order to copy and replicate this success. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Harry, aka the Beast of Ecom. I've been dropshipping for a number of years. I've done over $10 million in sales, and I still do millions every single year with dropshipping. So with that being said, let's just jump straight into this video. So what I'm about to show you is something called steal maxing, and you've probably seen this concept before. You probably heard of this quote that I see on here on your screen. It's called "Good artist copy, great artist steal" by Pablo Picasso. And to be honest, everything online has already been done. Everything in this world is rarely original. And good people, good artists, good operators are able to steal good ideas and make them their own. I'm going to show you how to ethically steal products and hopefully make $100,000. Because to be honest, as a beginner, if you are trying to get into dropshipping, you only need to learn these 2 skills I'm about to show you in this video. Pretty much nothing else, because most people actually think that in order to have success with dropshipping, you need to, you need to be good at things like, you need to be good at media buying, which is basically Facebook ads, whatever it is. Or you need to be good at copywriting, or you need to be good at, graphic design, or you need to be good at, video editing. But the truth is, okay, you do not, need to be good at any of these things. You do not need to be good at any of these things with dropshipping. Yes, they are helpful, but to be honest, if you just learn these 2 skills that I'm about to show you, everything else, all of this stuff becomes incredibly easy to do so, and you pretty much pick it up tenfold. So what exactly am I talking about? Well, let's just get straight into it, because I'm going to give you some live examples as well of how you can actually implement these 2 skills and pick them up so that you can make some money. So the first one is pattern recognition, and it goes without saying, the name is quite telling. It's the ability to recognize patterns between different data sets in its purest definition. And in terms of data, what I'm talking about here, especially with e-commerce and dropshipping, we're talking about successful businesses, successful websites, successful products, successful landing pages, and having the ability to look between successful brands and seeing what are the commonalities between these brands. Like, what are they doing? What do they put on their product page? What sections are they using? And how can you use those or replicate them, which we're gonna talk about in this second part here, how you can use them and replicate them to make your product page better, how to make it convert better, to turn more cold visitors into buyers. So let me give you just a live example. So you can see here I've got 4 stores. Okay, all of these 4 stores are highly successful. They're probably doing anything from 6 to 7 figures a month, probably 6 figures a month and probably 7 figures per year, right? And your goal as a beginner is to study, first and foremost, find these brands. And if you're wondering, I'll tell you how you can find these brands in a moment in time. But your job is to ultimately look at these product pages. And although they look stylistically different, they have a lot of commonalities between them all. And I'm going to point some out to you so you can see, because these are the things that you want to directly apply to your Shopify store, or at least make sure that you have it on there to test it out. So first and foremost, if we just have a look, we can see that these ones all have reviews at the top. Again, reviews here, and reviews here. Another commonality that they all have is some form of text underneath the main product name. So you can see here, they all have bullet points here, benefit-driven bullet points. Again, these ones here, benefit-driven bullet points here, and this one has benefit-driven bullet points here. So again, if you're not having that, if your product page doesn't have those in, then what on earth are you doing? It doesn't make sense at all. Another thing, as you can see on here, they all have some form of when the product's actually going to be delivered. So you can see here, it's going to be delivered, in 15th of June, whatever. They're going to have this one here, which is going to be shipped out by X date. This one here has ships by June. I don't think this one has it on there, but you can see here that all of these 3 have some form of when the product's actually going to be shipped. So if you don't have that on your above the fold, like a lot of these do, then you definitely want to test that out and see if it improves your conversion rate. Okay. Another thing, they all have some form of drop downs here. So you can see here, again, this is the most important part. This is the top real estate when it comes to your product page, because most people won't actually scroll down. They'll make a buying decision based on this here. more people who are bought in, they will scroll down. But you can see here they have FAQs, why you need this, why to get it. Some notice here. This one here, again, same thing. What's inside the package? Refund policy, full ingredients. This one here, again, how to use it, ingredients, results. This one here doesn't actually have any. It probably has FAQs all the way down here. Yeah, as I mentioned, but I would definitely have them underneath here as well to answer those questions. But you can see here again, commonalities. You want to have those on your product page. It's not an instance of taking everything, but it's a case of having a look at how many times are these things being used across multiple different stores. The more, the better. So again, I think all of these probably have some form of logos across them. So again, this one has these ones here. Scroll down. Yep, these ones have these ones here. If you scroll on, this one here, again, logos. This one here. Scroll down, logos. So again, they all have logos. So why are you not going to have logos that are relevant to your product on your landing page? Again, if you scroll down here, you can see that these ones have a benefit call out. Now, all of these stores probably have a benefit call out. You can see here where it's just very easily highlighting the benefits of the products. So again, because most people are not going to read and consume a lot of information, but if they can see it really quickly, stylistically like this, then cool, great. Again, these are all stylistically different. So again, you can see here that this one looks probably a little bit more like this one here. But if you look at these two here, let's scroll down. Again, same thing. It's presenting the same sort of information, okay, but just stylistically in a different way. Same with this one here. Again, effectively treat all issues. Again, same thing, but it just displays it in a different way. So this is how you want to look at successful brands. They probably all have statistics. So statistics here, scroll down, statistics here. Again, scroll down, statistics here. Keep scrolling down, statistics. They all are obviously going to have reviews as well, right? Image reviews that are all, some of them are videos as well. So some people are going to have videos, and I'm noticing quite a lot of brands also have video reviews in there now as well. So if you scroll up here, again, these have video reviews on this one here. These ones, I'm not entirely sure. They don't have video reviews, but they definitely have image reviews. So again, you want to be going through and having a look at these things and seeing how can you spot the commonalities and recognize the patterns and take those things and apply it to your business. And it's not just exclusively to landing pages. This can be something that is you do on, creatives, scripts, all of these types of different parts of the business. Again, even images, for example, if you have a look at all of these images, they've probably, probably all of them have a benefit call out like this, or if it's a results driven product, they probably have before and after results, or some form of testimonial image. So you want to have a look at some of these bigger brands and see, what sort of images are they actually, and us against them. This is another stylistic one. And then when you are able to look and recognize the patterns and apply them to your business, that's how you get a lot better at what you're doing. And again, you can be a total beginner at dropshipping, and once you start to recognize the patterns, that's how you expedite getting results. That's how you get better at stuff. That's how you become quicker at stuff. Because then it leads you on to the second point. And the second point is where you basically take those patterns and reverse engineer it and make it happen. So the second point is obviously reverse engineering. So let's talk about how to actually reverse engineer stuff. So say, for example, we have one of these successful websites and we want to, basically make something that is very similar to this, because that's the goal of reverse engineering. Reverse engineering is basically looking at the end product and trying to figure out how you can build or take apart and basically rebuild the same thing either in a different way or the same way to achieve the same similar outcome. So how would you essentially do this? Okay. So we're going to look at obviously websites again, and then we're obviously going to look at how you can do this with creatives, because both are insanely powerful. So if we just take something like this, let's just say if you wanted to check out and you wanted to find out what theme one of these were running at. Now, this doesn't work all of the time, but if you could just inspect element, if you control F and then type in theme, okay, it's probably not going to pull it up right away, but here you probably can't see it there, but it says theme data Dawn. So they probably or might be using Dawn. I could be wrong. And again, this doesn't work all of the time, but there instantly we now have something whereby we can operate from. It may say Shrine theme, or it may say Sense, or whatever. At least now you know what theme they are operating off, which gives you a starting point if you wanted to replicate this store or how it looked. Okay. Another thing that obviously you could do is, let's say, for example, we wanted to take one of these images, right? Like one of these images look really, really cool. Like I like the look of this, but I'm selling a different product. So you know, one thing that you can do is if we just go to, you know, AliExpress, and I just took this product here, I went into ChatGPT, and if I type on this one here, you can see here I took this image. Let's say, for example, we were selling this product here, and you know, this was the reference that we have here. I basically said, take this black hairbrush. If I just zoom in here, take this black hairbrush, make it float like the package in pink. The background will be a nice purple to represent luxury. Specified obviously the ratio here, studio professional quality for our website. It gave me this, you know, stupid output, but of course we can refine it going forward, remove the pink packaging, and just give me the brush with a floating shadow. Boom, there we go. We now have a potential hero image like that. It would be very easy then to obviously extend out this part here inside of Canva and make something very similar to this here if we wanted to, right? Very, very easy. Create something just the same as this by using ChatGPT. Like if you are not able to like reverse engineer, then you are never going to make it. You are starting from scratch. It makes zero sense trying to start from scratch. And this just took me like literally just 2 prompts. And this is just the very basic of stuff that you can do. Again, you can do this for anything. If you liked any of these images, like we could replicate something like this, take the reference image, find a, you know, an image like this. Obviously this is a stupid obviously image to use. Ideally you just want this one product here, okay? And then you can create almost anything with ChatGPT image generation, right? There's no reason why you should have very bad or awful looking product images in 2025. Like it shouldn't be a thing. It really should not be a thing if you just spend some time, you know, figuring out how to do this stuff. Now, even stuff you could go as far as coding. Like, let's say, for example, we liked, you know, let's say you don't have something like this or something like, where is it? You know, let's just say you don't have, let's find one which is like probably going to be, you don't want something which is crazy difficult to do. Let's say something like this, you know. So what you can basically just do, again, same thing. Now that we have the beauty of AI, you can just basically take something like this. Now that we've got this, just copy it, okay. Go create a new chat and just type, you know, here's a Shopify section that I want to replicate for my store. Please give me the code to add to my store. Make it look exactly the same, but allow me to customize everything in the editor. Okay, boom. And what it's then going to do is it's basically going to give you this section. Now I think I'm on the wrong, I'm on the wrong actual, I'm on ChatGPT 4. Oh no, so I am on the right one. Basically what this is going to do is going to show us exactly how to build this. You obviously, again, you don't have to be a developer to do any of this stuff. And it's remarkable how well this works. Yes, you do have to go back and forth a few times, you know, if you wanted to edit it, something like this. And one thing I would actually also do in this respect is I would also make sure that I went on here and went like this and probably done the mobile view as well, because if you do the mobile view, then obviously, again, it's going to give you both the mobile and the desktop output, whereas I've only just gave it the desktop one. Okay, and one thing I would also do, which I just basically missed out because I'm recording this video live, is I'll probably get it to ask me any questions that it needed before actually going ahead and creating the content. Okay, so that's one thing that I would recommend that you do. And again, it's going to give us all of this code. So all we've then got to do is basically follow these things. Again, copy this image, copy this code, go into the editor, make these changes to our code here, right? And have a look at it, play around with it. Does it look like this? Can we edit what we need to do? And if not, then you just say, hey, this part doesn't work. How can I change it? Or I need to add more padding on this side, or I need to be able to change this or edit this on mobile separately. And you go back and forth for a little bit and you'll be able to spit out something exactly like this. Reverse engineering a successful business without even having to spend a dime. Right? This is what you can do. You can be a beginner. You can make money. You can do all of this stuff by simply just replicating stuff and using your brain a little bit, right? So that's just one way how you can do things, especially in terms of, you know, images and replicating images and, you know, coding. But we can take this a step further in terms of creatives, because ultimately creatives is where the money is made. So let's look at how you can reverse engineer creatives. Now, obviously, you've probably heard of Kalo data. If you haven't, then you've probably been underneath a rock. Everyone's rinsing it at the moment in time. But this basically shows you all of the viral videos and viral products that are currently working on TikTok Shop at the moment in time. And what you can do here is you can have a look at, again, you can see obviously all of these videos here that are highly, if we go into, let's just say a product here, let's just go on something like this one here. Okay, you can see here, if we have a look at this one here and then scroll down, we can see if we click on 180 days, we can see that we've got the videos of these ones here, that this one's brought in 232k revenue, as you can see here. Again, all of these are essentially winning ads, winning concepts, or ones that are definitely worth testing out. And what you can do basically on this one here is you can obviously just click export script. Okay, if I just click on this one here, click on export script, what it's going to do is it's going to give me the script, as you can see here. And what you can then do is obviously take this script, right, and then use that for something else. You can either do a few things. You can take this script here, and what you can then do is ask ChatGPT to break it down. And once you broke it down, you can either then tailor that script. Once you've got the format of the script, you can then ask it to, you know, do it at a different awareness level, or do it to a different persona, right, or a different angle, essentially. I like Kalo data because obviously, again, it's backed up by data here. But one place that I actually like to use the best to find winning scripts that are already working is Manea. Okay. Now, this is basically obviously everything on Facebook ads. So, for example, if I have a look at one of these scripts here, let's just say, you know, this one here, I'm not even sure what it is, but essentially it's some products that probably alleviate smoking, I'm going to assume, or some sort of fake vape. Yeah. So it's had 8,000, and this was obviously created in the last this is created this month. So one thing you want to do is obviously go on creation date, set your creation date to last 30 days or last 90 days, whatever you want it to be. And you can sort by, again, shares, because shares show engagement, true engagement, not just likes, because everything can have likes. But if something's being shared, then someone's kind of passionate about sharing it on their you know, their feed or whatever. So we have a look at this one here. Again, 8,000 likes, 1,000 comments, 1,000 shares. Okay. But we don't actually know what the script is for this one. Now we can go to the ads, which I'll go to in a moment in time. Right, the product itself, again, they're running a listicle 5 reasons why. Agree. Right, there we go. But what we want to do then is we want to download this video. If I just click on here, obviously just download it. And once we've downloaded it, then we want to go to a website called Riverside. Right, if you click on Riverside, this is just being able to transcribe the video. I'm sure there's probably way more videos that way more places where you can do this, but I'm just going to upload this now and show you how it works so that we're not all waiting around. So here you can see that it's all been transcribed. Okay, and this is 100% free, by the way, this Riverside FM. And if you just copy to clipboard here and we go to ChatGPT, and what I've typed in here is, you are a direct response copywriter. You've mastered the art of persuasion, attention, and ability to turn cold viewers into buyers. Here's a winning script for a different product to the one I am selling. I want you to firstly analyze the script and give me the awareness level, style, tone, angle, structure, and template the script so that it could be applied to any product. Do not deviate away from the script. Right. And what I'm also going to do, I'm just going to turn this up like this here. Okay. First, give me the information. Then I will give you info about my product so we can recreate it. Now, usually what I'd do is I'd also, I use Claude for a lot of actual copy, not just ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is really good at analyzing stuff. So you can see here we've got the awareness level, problem aware to solution aware, style, short punchy sentences, no jargon, no complexity. You can see here that we've got one that is built out exactly how we like. So we've got pattern interrupt, product introduction, unique mechanism, blah, 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 blah. Template for reusable, as we can see here, right? Now, what I'm going to do, okay, is we just go to any product, okay? And what you would do is, obviously, you do this for your product, but you could just basically copy and paste everything on the product page. And what is best to also do is obviously take your time and go through and any, things like this, update like this, and just go to a Google Doc and paste it. So I've just pasted all of this in here, okay, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into ChatGPT and I'm just going to upload it and see what it spits out. So you can see this is what it spat out. Now, to be honest, actually, I'm reflecting upon this one here. You can obviously see that this product is to quit smoking. And not every script is going to fit with every single product that you're trying to sell. So you can see here again, I'm just doing this really quickly for demonstration purposes. But you can see here, this hook is not really great. The actual script itself is okay, but it's nothing that you definitely need to tweak this. And that's what AI essentially should be used for. It should be used for giving you ideas, generating you stuff which is 70-80% that you can go in and tweak. So obviously, again, this doesn't work with this product. And the goal, if you want to get really good at reverse engineering, you would try and find scripts that match your product, right? Obviously, again, I'm just doing this quick for demonstration purposes. But what you would do, they don't have to necessarily be in the same niche or, or competitive product. They could be in a completely different niche, but you want to make sure that they match, when you template it, you want to make sure that it matches whatever that you are trying to sell. Because this one here reads a bit funny. This one probably wouldn't even work. But you can see here that this feels like your old travel pillow, but it's not. So you would have to change this to something like, this may look like your old travel pillow, but it's not, right? Because it's a completely different thing. Then obviously it goes into the unique mechanism. This mimics the natural curve of your neck, yada, yada, yada. With ergonomic design, targeted neck support, dissolves pain, ends fatigue, and helps you sleep anywhere. No bulk, no stiffness, just relief and real rest wherever you go. Whether it's long flights, cramped buses, daily commutes, fly hugs. Again, you wouldn't need to keep having your name in there, obviously. It's built to comfort, discomfort that you've silently endured. And one thing you also want to do is, again, with all of this, you want to obviously, again, with any sort of script, you make sure that you obviously have done the research in terms of what are the pain points, what are the actual desired outcomes, because it will take it for verbatim. It will kind of like just try and stuff it in, but you want to make sure that these things are exactly what people are. So no bulk, no stiffness. Is that an actual problem that people are facing with travel pillows? And you can only really get that from doing the actual research. And obviously this video isn't about research or any of that kind of things, but this is a very easy and quick way. And I've done this multiple times. Again, I personally like to use Claude for scripts, but I've done this multiple times whereby I found a very good winning script from a completely different brand and took it, a completely different brand, completely different product, completely different niche, and applied the actual format, the structure to the product that I am, selling. And it's took an account from spending, 3K a day all the way up to 6K a day by simply just plugging in the research, the content into a proven framework. And you can go as far, you can mess about with this as much as you want. You can do as many of these as you want. You can also get it to then change the awareness level if you wanted to. So this one's obviously problem aware. If you wanted to do it to more a solution aware, or even unaware, we could definitely do that as well. So it's just, give me an unaware version of this. Right? Ever wondered why traveling drains you? Ever wondered if there's, even when you're just sitting still, why your neck feels stiff after a flight, blah, 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 etc. Again, so this would be something that, again, you would have to obviously copy chief and see if it's held true to the rest of this here, because sometimes it has a tendency to completely change stuff. But this is just a way of how you can get really good, or at least 70% good, and get those quick wins if you're a complete beginner in e-commerce and in dropshipping. So if you just focus on pattern recognition and you focus on reverse engineering, then I can almost guarantee that, if you continue to do this day in, day out, then you will leapfrog a lot of people. Now, if you want our personal one-on-one help with this stuff and actually learn how to actually build a profitable e-commerce and dropshipping store, then click the calendar link. We'll both drop on a call. We'll see if you're a good fit. If you are, great. We'll show you everything and how we actually set it up. And if not, then we'll point you in the right direction. So yeah, if you want access to myself and my brother, a personal one-on-one mentorship, then feel free to check that out in the link in the description. But that is it. Take care. Bye-bye.